All right, guys. So today we do have a very special guest, a very cool. You guys are in for a treat. Today we have one of our mentors, one of our top mentors from Arizona, training with us today. I know this gentleman for a little over 10 years, I want to say. He was actually a lot more successful. He was successful before I was. So he was definitely somebody that I looked up to when I got started in this business. And funny story, he was like the one that introduced me to the solar industry. And then later on down the road, he was actually the one that made the connection between me and JC. So, and here I am today. Here we are today. And Robert has been in network marketing for 10 years, direct sales, is an expert in direct sales. He built businesses all over the world, literally in the last 10 years. And now he's here with Powur. He actually worked for a solar company before, sold over 300 deals in his other solar company. Now he's crushing it here in Powur, closing 5 to 6, 7 deals a week, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, let's welcome, and I'll leave the room to Mr. Robert Hollis.
Hey, brother, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can, sir.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that awesome intro. I'm glad this is recorded so I can just play that every morning to pump myself up. If you guys have not worked with Lewis, this guy is an absolute champion. Like I said, I've known him for over 10 years now. This guy's work ethic, his dedication, how much he helps people. If you haven't got a chance to work with this guy, strongly recommend hitting him up. So I'm just going to jump into this, guys. I have a meeting right after this. I think I have 5 meetings today. I'm in what is called momentum. I'm super excited. I'm a little nervous right now. I'm shaking. I haven't done a power hour for a little bit, but I always just like to be transparent with people. But a little background with me, like Lewis said, believe it or not, I'm just a humble high school dropout. I dropped out of high school my freshman year to try to become a professional skater. If anybody follows me online, you still see that I'm doing stupid stuff and still injuring myself. And when skating didn't really pay the bills, and I'm not proud of this, but I started doing illegal things to make money. And that ended me up in jail. And at the age of 22 years old, I had no work experience, no education, and a criminal background. I really didn't have any choices other than to be a salesperson. And all I simply did, ladies and gentlemen, is started listening and following people that were successful. Success leaves clues. If I have enough time at the end of this meeting, I'm going to really dive into, who you become, who you hang around, the principles with it. But guys, to be a part of Powur right now with the leadership that we have with these meetings, there's people on here that I really believe do not understand how lucky you are. When me and Lewis started in this industry, there wasn't Zoom meetings. Right? I see Luis smiling there. And for anybody else, if you guys can turn your camera on to give me some energy here so I can see, who I'm talking to and get some energy. But you guys, we had to get in a car, drive hours to show up to a meeting, get there early so we could sit in the front row just to have the chance to listen to somebody who's successful. With these power hours and the mentorship program that we have, if you latch on to a good mentor, if you constantly plug into these meetings, you're going to have success. And that's what I'm about to talk about right now. One of my favorite mentors, and I actually, Luis, I actually made a PowerPoint. I'm actually serious today. I know, right? I'm usually the guy that's on the notepad, So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here real quick. But the first thing, can you guys see this okay? Okay. I want everybody, if you're serious, to write this down. You're either growing or you're dying. Nothing stays the same. You're either getting in shape or you're losing weight. You're either working on your business or you're getting stuck at the job that you have. Everything on this earth was to grow. Everything living on this earth was meant to grow. Even water. People say, oh, water is living. Listen, water is constantly evolving. It's constantly moving shapes. You know, everything from the small flower that's growing out of the crack to cancer, to us as human beings, we're meant to grow. Okay. If you've ever in your life been at a situation where you're angry, upset, depressed, sad, you can probably look back in your life and you stopped growing in one area or another. Okay. You know, I get it when you have a loss, you know, that's probably the worst one, is you stop growing with that person. They're no longer in your life. You're stopped growing. So the one thing I can tell everybody here is you gotta work harder on yourself than your business. I cannot stress that enough. Everybody thinks there's some magic sauce. Everybody thinks there's some magic script or, you know, a magic way to get leads. There's not. I'm sorry. I know I've been following, you know, JC here, and I was a little nervous for this because I was deciding where I was going to go. I'm just going to be real with people. I'm in momentum right now. I'm jacked up. I'm excited. And I hate to say this, but I'm just tired of hearing people's excuses. There is no excuse for you not to be successful in Powur, which I'll go into in a second. But I started with this, is you're either growing or dying. And you'll see why I started with this. So my topic today is basically, what is momentum? Everybody talks about it, right? Everybody wants to be in momentum. Everybody, you know, hears about the company or whatever. The best way I can describe it is sports. If anybody's ever watched sports, you know, it's the teams are back and forth, and all of a sudden you hear the announcers, uh-oh, it looks like they're getting some momentum here. And there's like, it's almost like the other team, even if they were underdogs, can't stop them because they got momentum on their side. Once you get excited, you start moving forward, you start producing. It's hard to stop. Another way that I want to put this, and for people that really want to take this business serious, I want you to pay attention here. It's, to me, like a car or an airplane. Okay, I don't know the exact numbers, but they say it's something like 40–50% of the fuel is burnt by getting just the airplane off the ground. Now, me and Lewis has been known each other for a long time, and unfortunately, we've taken like 14-hour flights together. They're long flights. But do you guys realize that when you listen to the engines, if you've ever been in a big plane, it's like, and like almost the cabin starts shaking, and it starts to get really intense, and then boom, your head goes back. And it's pushing so hard just to get off the ground. Did you guys hear me? It's pushing so hard to get off the ground. And then once it gets up, that's been on a plane. Welcome here. We are now at cruising altitude. Our flight will be however long it is. And it can coast the whole way from here to South America, to Asia, to LA, to New York. It coasts. Your business is the same way, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to say it, but look at JC right now. He's not even here because he deserves to not be here. He put in so much work and so much effort in the beginning to get things going that he can now not even show up to the meetings that he started. And I know this is recording. I'm not talking smack on him. I am edifying him. How many people would like to work so hard that you're starting to now make a 7-figure, or I don't know where he is, but I know he's going to be getting close to 7-figure because he proclaims it, and then not even show up to meetings. Can I get a chat? I want to see. I don't have the chat open here, and I don't see too many people with their cameras on, or I can't see it, but hey, props to him. That's momentum. So how do you get momentum? How do you sustain it? The first step is potential. So how many people would agree? Oh, I can see it up here now. Chats, I can probably open it. There we go. How many people would agree that Powur, whether you like it or not, as a company, is in momentum. This company right now was just written up as the fastest growing solar company in America. Whether you like it or not, this company is moving forward. There's people that are breaking mentor every day. There's people that are breaking records every day that are making money. That's why we always document everything, and which I'm bad about that. I have not been documenting my sales lately. JC gets on me all the time about that, is to post all my sales, or shouldn't say sales, sorry, helping people go solar. We're doing that to show everybody that it's possible. There's other people that are doing it. The comp plan, same for everybody. That's one thing I love about Powur, is in other companies, you have to be close with the owners or be there first, or, whatever it is. Listen, JC, me, Lewis, all you guys are on the same comp plan. We all have the support, the potential's there. The other thing that you have to look at is, do you have the potential? Okay, that's where I started going off, and I'll talk about later, is you got to work on yourself. Okay, everybody on here has the potential. I know it because I was there. As I was editing this PowerPoint, I was trying to find an old photo of myself back when I was 22 years old, with a shaved head, a high school dropout, a punk kid that just got out of jail. At that point in my life, I had zero potential. But you know what I did? I studied and mentored successful people. I got on these calls every single week. I read books that my mentors told me to do. So I believe everybody has the potential. You just got to go out there and do it, because the next step is what? Action. Potential leads to action. Uh-oh. I'm not going to call anybody out here, and I don't want anybody to raise their hands, but I want you to really think about where you're at right now with Powur, and are you really taking action? I know it's hard. It's hard to take that first step. It's hard to just show up to the gym. It was hard for me to start yoga. I know that I'm getting old, and I need to build my core. And hey, it was hard to show up to my first day at yoga. I was the only guy in there. It was all women. and I'm struggling. My arms are shaking. But guess what? Once I went, I wanted to go again. I wanted to go again. I remember, just getting on this. Me and Lewis was talking. I was having freaking anxiety before I got on this thing. I was shaking. I'll just admit it. I've always had that problem. But guess what? Now that I took the action and moved forward, I'm sure a lot of you can tell now, I am pumped up. I'm so happy I'm here. I could have easily backed out. I could have easily made an excuse, but I didn't. I took action. And here's one thing that I want to share with you guys to help you, because, I remember when I first started, it seemed like the phone weighed 100 pounds. How many people have ever door knocked? Oh my gosh, the first door that you knock on, it is most intimidating thing in the freaking world. But once you do it, you're like, that wasn't that bad. And then people that are professionals actually start to get cocky. Oh, it says no soliciting? Watch this. Because you took the action. But here's one thing to help you stay accountable. I want everybody that's taking notes to write 3 squares, and I don't want it to be bigger than a quarter, okay? The first square is, how many people did I talk to today? The second is, how many bills/appointments did I set? And the last is, how many people did I help go solar? This could be daily, this could be weekly, this could be monthly, but you can't improve on what you don't measure. This is, and I'll just be bold with everybody here. And Lewis, if you can still help me out, I see a bunch of people are still coming in, but does everybody want to take a guess? I'm going to look at the chats here. Why I said to put the square no bigger than a quarter. Nobody? because you can't fit an excuse in that box. Ouch. Hey, where everybody is where you're at. The great thing with Powur is even if you're still being mentored and you have to split a deal with somebody else and you get one a month, that's a lot more than most people make at a full-time job, guys. I want you to realize that the opportunity here at Powur is as small or as big as you want it to be. If you're not in the place to put the pressure on you to be a mentor right now, that's fine, but you gotta start somewhere. Lewis knows me very well. When I met my wife, she had no idea what sales was or marketing was. And she said, I'm not good at talking to people and I'm not confident. And I said, honey, it's okay. You just got to start somewhere. And on a big whiteboard, I wrote down these squares. And I remember people all the time come in, well, my business isn't just growing and I don't know. And I would point at the board and I go, did you hear that Amy, now Amy Hollis? I recruited up on that one. That is new to the industry, that knows nothing about it, that has half the skill that you have. Look, oh my gosh, she talked to 35 people this week and she only got 3 people to show up to the meeting and 3 of them signed up. Yeah, how many people did you talk to this week? Well, still following up with my mom from last week. And it's not good. Sorry, guys. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I felt it was on me to just come out hard with you guys. And also, but no, I'm coming from a place of love. This stuff works. Okay. So after action comes what? Results. How many people the first time, I'll say it another way, the first time you signed up in Powur, how did you feel? What was your excitement level? How about this? And I know, there's some people on here that I'm mentoring that just got their first sale. Oh, how does that feel? People that's been in Powur for over a year, for 6 months, and they got their first sale. And now all of a sudden they got like 7 freaking bills ready because results leads to belief. And the more belief you have, the more potential you have. The more potential you have, the more action you're going to take. The more action you get, the bigger your results, the bigger your belief. That's momentum, ladies and gentlemen. When you start to get to a place where it's almost effortless, you want to go knock doors. You want to jump on a meeting. You cannot wait to make another Zoom call. That's momentum. But going back to what I first started, it's hard to get there. It starts with that action. You got to put in that effort, just like the airplane, to put in all your effort to just get off the ground. And once you do, it's like being in a wave. I think right now is like, people always talk about this in business. Timing is everything. This company, Powur, right now is blowing up. We're honestly, in my opinion, we're disrupting the industry. When I talk to other solar professionals and they find out I'm with Powur, they get mad. I'm not supposed to split my commission 50-50 with a door knocker. I'm not supposed to be transparent with cost of goods. We're undercutting everybody. The company's blowing up, and guess what? We're attracting massive leaders that are very, very talented. You're going to get to hear from Anthony and David and Luis this week. These guys are absolute champions. If you're not on these calls and taking notes, you're messing up. But what my point is going back to that first thing is potential. Just like JC's already shown, some of these leaders that you have access to right now will change your life. And 6 months to a year, they won't pick up the phone anymore. Mark my words, because they're in momentum. They're looking for leaders to work with right now. One of my favorite statements is, if you're a dairy farmer and you need more milk, you have two options. One is whip your cows or go get more cows. We're looking for people that are serious right now. So the problem with this, the only problem with this scenario is, guess what? What was my first slide? You're either growing or you're dying. If you're not taking action, what's your potential to make money with this company? And when your potential is not there, your beliefs goes down. And when your belief goes down, even though you might be taking action, your results start sucking. And if your results suck, you want to go out and talk to more people? It's a downward spiral, just like everything else. Getting in shape or with a loved one. If you're not working on the loved one every day and you start to let things go sour, how many people have heard, I don't know what happened, the relationship just dwindled away because you stopped working on it. So you have to be careful. This goes back to OG training, which I'm going to share with you guys in a second. Law of attraction, positive thinking. You guys would be blown away if just every day, and I'll share this as the last slide here because I know I kind of went fast. Well, maybe I'll do a little bit more. But motivations like taking a shower, you need to do it every day. These are some of my favorites. Les Brown. Les Brown is where I got the quote that you're either growing or you're dying. Jim Rohn is some of the stuff that I got from this PowerPoint as well. The book Think and Grow Rich, Science of Getting Rich. Now these books, guys, rich doesn't always mean money. Rich can be lifestyle. How many people just looking at our comp plan? And I'll just be transparent here. I fell into momentum just because I was passionate. I got into Powur for lifestyle and freedom. Everybody might talk smack on knocking doors, which I'll just get serious right now and stop sharing my screen. But what if you could go out and put in 2-3 hours a day, 5 days a week, working part-time, and you only got 2 sales a month? That's an average of $12,000 freaking dollars. How many people could live off $12,000 part-time? And you could spend all the rest of your time focusing on your family, on lifestyle. Because I'm just getting passionate here, guys. Why I got into Powur. My wife told me to put up all the awards behind me, which none of those matter anymore because I've worked so freaking hard in my life to become successful. And I had this goal that when I became successful, I could have a lifestyle with my family. I've missed karate practices. I'm almost about to cry here. I've missed recitals. I've missed family functions because I was out trying to hustle, be the leader, and produce. I want to share that with you guys. 2 deals a month. 1 deal a month. There's college graduates that don't even make $6,000 a month. And there's no excuses. Okay, I don't have a list. Pull up a Google image of your neighborhood, and I guarantee 9 out of 10 people don't have solar. Knock on their door. Are you going to suck at first? Yeah. Is it going to be scary at first? Yeah. But once you take that action and you get your first bill and you get your first sale, your beliefs are going to go through the roof and nothing's going to stop you. Start every day with motivation, positive thinking. Going back to what I said, the Think and Grow Rich and Science of Getting Rich, it doesn't have to be about money. It can be about how many people would just like to be fit. I'm going to be 40 next year. I'm still trying to skate. I want to have a six pack. For the first time, I'm proud to say, I've seen 2 abs yesterday. Woohoo! It was hard. Oh, it was hard. It was uncomfortable. I want to eat junk food. I don't want to have salads for snacks. But now that I see 2 abs, ooh, hey, all right. But it's difficult to make that. I'm being rich in health. I'm being rich in spending time with my family. So not only is motivation, I'll go back to my, I know we're almost at 30 minutes, but I'll close it out with this here real quick. So not only did I say motivation's like taking a shower, you need to do it every day. And they're just some of my favorites. But guys, JC is a monster. He's got his own podcast. Whoever you gravitate towards, but nothing like, and anybody that's an OG, listen to a little bit of like 15, 20 minutes of Les Brown. That'll get you pumped up and getting your mind right, okay? But the last thing is you become who you hang around / listen to. How many people want to know, and let's see if I can open up the chat here again, how much money you're going to be making in 5 years from now? I know this is an old question. The OGs probably know it. But anybody want to know? Need a little bit of feedback here. I've just been going off. Over $1 million, my network. Yep, my worth of my network. There it is. You take the 5 top people you hang around with the most and average their incomes. You become who you hang around. I didn't finish with this slide. I know I wanted to keep it 30 minutes, but I just feel I want to share this with everybody. This is one thing that will change your life. That changed my life. Is when you start surrounding yourself or listening. I understand. That's what's so great about these Zooms and so great about technology. I back in the day, we did not have this stuff. But if you're constantly on these power hours and you're constantly feeding yourself all the training that we have and all the training that Powur is giving us, this is the biggest reason why people fail. Okay, why prisons aren't effective, why rehabs are not effective. Okay, I want you to imagine yourself as a square, or let's say a triangle, right? And then you're put in a position to be a square, because money is not something that you earn, it's something you attract because of the person you became. I'll say that again. Money is not something you earn, it's something you attract because of the person you became. The problem with power hours and these trainings or seminars or jail is you jump off a call like this, or you come away from a meeting. I'm pumped up. I'm so done. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to knock on everybody's door and I'm going to be the biggest solar professional you've ever seen. And then you start hanging around your negative, doubting friends and family. You're not a salesperson. So you come out as a square, and then slowly people chip away at you. You're not a salesperson. It's 115 out. Who would door knock in Arizona? What are you, stupid? Solar is too expensive. It's just a fact. And you slowly just chip away and go right back to that triangle you used to be. And you're trying to fit in with other people. I tell you one thing, when you constantly hang out with other people, what I love the most about Powur, one of the biggest reasons I'm here in Arizona, I was the top dog. I crushed the records. I sold more than everybody else. People wanted training from me. And I looked at Powur and I was like, these dudes are making me look like I don't know how to make money. It's time to step my game up. That's one of the biggest reasons I came to Powur, is the momentum, the transparency, and these leaders that are here that are annihilating it. I used to think I was cool making 20 grand a month. JC's probably got more expenses than that a month. But does that make sense to everybody? Is everybody with me here? So just imagine you got to transform yourself, and you got to just constantly listen and hang around positive people that lift you up. It's easy to tear somebody down. If I was in the room with Lewis right now, I could grab him by the shirt and pull him off his chair. It's not hard to pull somebody down. He's laughing, maybe. Yeah, right? But if we're in a room and we needed to change the light bulb, how hard would it be to lift him up and support him to change the light bulb? You want to be around people that lift you up, that support you, that are with your vision, that are motivated. And that's one of the best parts about Powur, ladies and gentlemen, is we are all here to help you. We're all here to lift you up. What other company? Most companies, they don't. Why we're so transparent is we're helping everybody. We're doing the 50-50 split even as mentors. Nobody wants to jump on trainings and show people their pitch and their secret sauce. Here we want to help you, and here we want to lift you up. So I know this was pretty compact and straight to the point, and I was talking fast, but hey, I've got a meeting at 10, 11. I'll have to look at my calendar. I got 5 today. So because I'm in momentum, it was hard to get there, and I pushed, and it is what it is. I didn't make excuses. I just went out there and took action. And the bigger my results get, I'm sure everybody listening to me right now can see where my belief is. And then just things start to click and become easy. I did a presentation the other day. I was busy. I didn't think the people, there wasn't that much savings in it. It was a small home, and their electric bill, we're already getting a good rate because they had discounts. And I thought it was just a waste of a time. And I jump on, hey, Powur, blah, blah. I don't really care. You're only saving, $2 a month, Anyways, I got to go. Well, how do I fill out a credit app? Huh? What? Because you're in that momentum. I don't have commission breath anymore. If you don't get it, people always say, well, can you follow up with this person? And he said he's not interested. Then he's not interested. I'm not in the job of convincing people. JC says it's the best. This isn't a sales job. It's an IQ test. How many people just like to get so much momentum that you really just don't care if people sign up or not? Lewis, I know you've been in sales for a long time. You know what I'm talking about. When you get to that place where you don't even freaking care. Obviously, we care. We're passionate. We're trying to help people. But I think you guys know what I'm saying. When you're clinging on to that, I need to finally get this sale, or if I don't get a couple more sales, I don't know if I'll be able to pay bills, and nobody wants to join your team. And you're like, yeah, I already got my year covered. I could probably take the rest of the year off. I'm just kind of doing this now to help people. Well, hey, not only am I in, but my next door neighbor wants solar. Really? Lewis, am I right? When you start to get that momentum. Yep. So with that said, I know I went pretty fast and compact. I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything that they want to ask me directly. I didn't see too many people's. I was kind of focused on the PowerPoint there. But if anybody's got any questions for me directly, or wants me to talk about something, please let me know. Luis, anything you want to add?
No, brother. You everything was straightforward, like you said. I think it was great. I think a lot of us needed this. And I saw somebody on the chat on here actually that said it's Monday today. This is the meeting I needed to start off the week. So definitely, I think Robert, you helped us kick off the week on the right path. So that
awesome.
Yeah.